Oh, now I got it. Do we have good audio also? I think so.
Yo.
Sorry, I reset it. Alright, I'm gonna hand it over to Bad Breaks. He can help me with the countdowns and everything.
Yes.
What's up, Toad?
Yo, Bad Bricks, what's up, man?
The D to the fist. What's up, Duck Fist?
Howdy.
Bad Breaks in the house.
So are we just going to do the counter right away? Let's go for it. Okay, in 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go.
It's like that Bio Billy has been, Bayou Billy has been rubbing off on you, man. All right, so we're into Mega Man 1 on the NES.
Cutman first. Why are we going to Cutman?
Well, the first thing that we want is the magnet beam. It lets pretty much everything in the game be sped up much faster. But start with Cutman because if we went to Elecman stage, it would take like 28 Buster hits to kill Elecman, and it only takes 3 shots from Cutman's weapon to kill him. And there's really not anywhere to save significant time if you had Magnet Beam in this stage, or even if you had the other Robot Master weapons in this stage, because Cutman does take extra damage from the Buster, so it's more worthwhile to just start with Cutman, have that power, and we'll go straight to Elecman. And right off the bat, we see some of the basic movement here. Something unique about Mega Man 1 compared to the other games is the select button. Lets you do magical things. For one, whenever you take damage, there's normally this knockback period in addition to invulnerability frames. But if you press the select button as soon as you take damage, it cancels out that knockback and you can begin moving immediately. The select button is supposed to be like this pause that doesn't take you to the menu, it just pauses the game. But it also has these other weird effects in addition to it. And like when you unpause with the select button, you're in this teleport animation that makes you temporarily invincible. You can like pass through objects. You continue to fall during that period as well. And we saw a small instance of a vertical screen wrap there. You can actually grab ladders from the top of the screen that are on the bottom of the screen if there's like an empty space. So there's a lot of glitchy stuff in Mega Man 1 that they attempted to fix in the later games, but it ended up just breaking more things, as we'll see later. We got the Cutman fight, Buster only. Something to kind of note, so bosses have invulnerability periods, but it's like each boss has its own invulnerability period. Like Cutman, I don't know, it's probably like 40 frames or something like that. And Elecman, it's over a second, I think. So you just kind of have to memorize that for each of the bosses. And we got Cutman down, no problem. It was a little scary with the Stomper there in the room leading up to the boss. He can do just like 10 damage or something. Those Stomper guys are really hard to avoid in this game. They're usually positioned at the very end of the level, and you just kind of have to get lucky with their jumps.
Yeah, there's no slide to get under some of the lower jump they do.
Once you have Magnet Beam, you could use that to get over most of them, but early on it's pretty much luck-based if they jump high or not.
Yep. Just make sure you have enough health for it. So moving to Elecman stage. This is a really hard stage casually.
Yep.
The first screen stops most people for a considerable amount of time as you just kind of get used to the jumping physics in this game. Some of the little things you want to watch out for is like when climbing to the top of a ladder, you want to jump immediately because there's this, if you're standing on the ground and you start moving left or right, there's a 9-frame delay where you have a really low acceleration, like a really low velocity, like 0.2 pixels per second or something. You're basically not moving. But if you jump, you instantly start moving at max velocity, which is like 1.375 pixels per frame. And we're coming up. You can see some of these ladder jumps here, climbing to the top of ladders really fast. And we're going to get the magnet beam early. Normally you need Guts, the super arm, Gutsman's weapon, to get these blocks. But abusing a glitch with the ladders, we can clip inside the wall here. This is kind of a frame-perfect trick to get into position. And from outside of the wall, you can re-enter the wall and kind of tiptoe inbounds to grab the magnet beam. It's really important that Dexter was able to do that without going too far to the left, or else you could soft lock the game and get stuck. So it looks like this run's going to be in progress now. It's always kind of scary getting to that point, because the soft lock is real. There's no way to kill yourself inside there. You would have to reset. So early magnet beam get. Good job.
It was super well done too, like very quick grab.
Yeah, it's really scary to try and do that really fast just because of the risk of soft locking. But yeah, what you witnessed there was the most recent significant route change in this, being able to get that magnet beam early, and we'll probably see it equipped for the rest of the game. We see here Dexter trying to place these magnet beams as he's climbing really fast. So normally when you shoot on a ladder, there's this delay as your kind of shot animation occurs, but if you drop from the ladder right after shooting, you immediately cancel that delay. So he's able to place a magnet beam, re-grab the ladder, land on it, and skip some of those electricity cycles there. So it was a really nice Selectman stage. Well done. So we got Iceman up next. I wonder if Dexter is feeling this triple candy or not. See if we get any surprises from him. It is Halloween.
It is Halloween. He should be giving out candy. Trick or treat. I guess this is the first level. Like, we've seen the magnet beam just be helpful for its intended purposes, but in this level you're going to see it start to do some serious work with these zips here.
And for one, when you're in the water, you move slowly. So he's using the magnet beam not only to get rid of, having to dodge those enemies, but see, is that a good spot? Yeah. Nope, that's not it. We saw a little bit of a zip there, but yeah, he wanted to avoid walking in the water with the magnet beam. Sadly, he missed this vertical screen wrap, but he did get a little zip there near the top of the screen. So we'll see that a lot with this magnet beam. He's a little low on magnet here. He needs at least 2, I think, to get across this gap coming up. So, yeah, here we go. And he's going to refill once he's halfway through. It's much nicer than having to wait for these platforms. But something we'll be seeing a lot of is these magnet zips. So if you place a magnet beam at just the right pixel underneath the ceiling, such that Mega Man's sprite fits perfectly between it and the ceiling, and then you face left, you begin zipping. And you zip at, I think, 16 pixels per frame. And it causes quite a bit of lag, and the screen shakes a lot as the game is trying to load the tiles from later on in the level. It just gets a really bizarre effect. And, he's 1 pixel off there. So if you have any remaining magnet beams, it's always nice to try and squeeze in some extra zips in these boss corridors.
Yeah, most of the pixels are perfect.
Yeah, Bad Breaks, can you turn that up a bit?
I'm not sure.
Oh, you sound better now.
Okay.
Yeah, Bad Breaks, you've got a solid time in this, right? You're sub 20, man.
So it's really hard to get those beams. It's 1 pixel you need to hit, so it's pretty precise.
It's a real muscle memory thing, getting used to how long you hold the jump button and when to release B.
Absolutely.
It's
not a visual cue sort of thing. It's just feel.
It's just muscle memory. That's it. You need to play it a lot of times to just get it.
Here's an instance where the zip not only makes you go fast, since it puts you inside the ceiling, you also go right through the wall, skipping after having to walk around that section. Fireman stage is really cool. I think it's most people's that run this game, their favorite stage or up there. There's just a lot of really cool tricks in it, especially coming up near the end.
Oh, so he missed a pixel there. You can wrap around this and skip this part here also, but...
Yeah, you can do zips against the ceiling, even though it appears that there's nothing there, but it's the same principle at work. But instead of a ceiling above you, it's the floor at the bottom of the screen acts as the ceiling. It's kind of wrapping to the top of the screen. So as long as there's solid ground at the bottom, you can do zips along an empty ceiling.
These ladder pixels are actually pretty easy to get because you have a good visual cue on the front hand, the upper hand, when you climb on the ladder, so you can actually see where to shoot the beam.
Right, ooh, we got a really smooth fireman zip there at the end. It saves a significant amount of time, and it's really risky because you die if the inputs aren't just quite right.
Oh, he got the final corridor zip there. That is also
Cool.
pixel perfect trick. So
Fireman's kind of an asshole, to be honest. Like, he's really hard to dodge, but we'll see the first use and abuse of the select invulnerability resetting on bosses. So while you have the game paused with the select button, the invulnerability period of bosses will continue to elapse while the weapon remains still on screen. So if you just time pressing select, and you can continue to deal damage with the same projectile against bosses. It's one of the big things about making bosses in this game faster and significantly easier.
the things we didn't know as kids. The
Yep.
glitch with the bosses. I don't think anyone knew about that.
Not me.
I didn't know
had
too much
to,
later.
I had to fight the yellow devil legit back and forth across the screen.
I think I had my console on for like 3 days going to school with the Yellow Devil fights.
Resetting Wily 1
Yeah,
over and
yeah.
over. That's tough. That's really tough because you got to survive like 8 cycles or something. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. Going Bomb Man stage. This is my favorite tune in the game. Bomb Man's a really cool stage. It's a really big zip at the end. We'll see a little extra item used to Ice Beam to freeze the Sniper Joe is really annoying enemies.
You
What's
got
up?
that zip is pretty hard to get actually.
Oh, that was pretty slick. Yeah. So this zip you can use to trigger the screen transition and enter the floor of the next screen. And since the floor spans this entire room, it skips quite a bit. Just being able to move through that room is normally really annoying. There's something kind of weird about this one compared to the other ones. When you take damage, you're invincible briefly.
That was a great fireman fight. I don't know if am I ahead of you maybe?
Oh yeah, you were a little bit ahead.
Okay, so I'll,
Not too much. Yeah, that was really good.
that was a really good fight.
Like, it's really hard to pause buffer with the with Flame Man's or Fireman's weapon because it moves so fast. So Dexter had really good timing there with the first projectile killing Bomb Man.
Technically, if you kill him before he lands, that is usually pretty good. After he jumps.
So here's the second big time saver of going Magnet Beam early. The old route before we knew how to get Magnet Beam early is you'd start with Gutsman stage because that appeared to be what needed to get the Magnet Beam. And when you start the game with Gutsman stage, you have to walk across those platforms. Not only is it hard, but it takes a long time because you have to wait for them. But now that we have the Magnet Beam, you can just skip right past that. So it's a really nice time saver. Dexter trying to squeeze in a little bit of ceiling zips there. And just in general, trying to cross all these pickaxe throwing dudes.
There's actually 2 pixels that works on that beam that he put there. I think that beam could have worked, but it's another pixel. You can jump off and press left instead of do the zip going to right. You can just scroll down. So there's actually 2 pixels that work there.
Yeah, so like the general cue for ceiling zips across the very top of the screen is to look at the score. You can kind of line up the Magnet Beam's sprite with the bottom of the score digits, and it's pretty easy to tell if you're on the right pixel or not.
Yeah, the top beam of the beam pixel should be right under the score, lined up right under the score.
We get an ass grab here? Oh yeah.
Got the ass grab. What was the time for? Let's see here for Rope Master.
Is that sub 13?
So we're still on pretty good pace. I'm guessing.
Yeah, 12:56.
I'm gonna call it out. I'm guessing 29. How about that?
Okay, 20XX fitting.
2029. That's the time.
And Gutsman's a pain in the ass. Like, dealing with the Hyper Bomb is really annoying. It just takes a long time to explode, and Gutsman can kind of jump around randomly.
Oh, he missed the sip there. It's a
I
pretty
hear
hard
him.
sip. It saves. Cool Kids came up with this strat like it wasn't long ago. It saves about 7 seconds, I think.
Oh, you can skip going through this annoying flame section,
Yeah.
can't you? Yeah, those jumps are really annoying too, so that would have been nice.
And the worst part with that is you have to use like 3 or 4 magnet beams, so you're gonna be really low on magnet beams when you get into Wily 2 stage, depending if you're gonna do the Wily 2 sip or just keep moving on. So it's really hard to. Okay, he's. Oh, yeah.
Okay, easy screen wrap there. But yeah, to go on what you were saying, that's kind of a thing we'll be bringing up a lot but for the next like 5 games, is just weapon management in the Wily stages. So you no longer get a free refill in between stages. He'll have to manage all of his weapon energy from here on out. He's got 3 magnet beams left here, so he's probably going to grab a refill in the next stage somewhere.
That is the worst thing with the Mega Man 1, that you don't get the refill after each stage, after each Wily stage. Is it?
Yeah.
Is that in each ever Mega Man?
Yep, that's
Oh, okay.
at least in 1 through 6. That's true, and it's different for some of the other games. Like all the X games, you get refills.
So I think Dexter only have 4 beams left here, so I'm pretty sure he's not gonna go for the Wily 2 sip. So he's still gonna have at least 3 tries on Wily 3 for the sip there. So I think it's good.
And that's the really important one, is the Wily 3 zip. That's a huge time saver. So yeah, Yellow Devil, no problem in 1 cycle with the pause glitch. So if you didn't know how to beat that guy, he's really easy if you know that. Makes it significantly easier. Because otherwise, you only have the opportunity to hit him like maybe twice for each cycle, and it's something like 20 seconds to wait. So he's refilling a little bit of his magnet beams here, so I think he's going to at least do some zips. Oh wait, this is probably just for extra for the next stage.
Yeah,
you can enter the wall after this guy without magnet beam.
I don't think he's gonna go for the sip because it's really rough. You can lose like a half a minute right away. I think it's sub-pixel base if you're gonna do the sips. He's not gonna do it. So you can actually sip there and skip the whole boss fights here.
Oh, right before Electman?
Yeah.
Right before, okay.
Or both Cutman, and you can skip both the fights there, but it's super hard.
We could see Electman's really long invulnerability period. I don't know why that is for him. And doing little optimizations like switching weapons after taking unavoidable damage to reset the knockback that you have. And he's going to do a similar zip to with like a low ceiling above a ladder, just kind of like an Electman stage, using Flame Man's weapon to get inside the wall there. And he's want to be careful on. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that was really nice.
He kind of messed it up a little bit at the end there, but it was almost perfect. But
if you don't re-enter the wall just right, there's like spikes out of bounds that can kill you.
Yeah, if you go one screen too far down there, instead of pressing right, you're gonna die there right away. I think you have about the half a screen to press right or something.
Yeah, it's about like a little bit above halfway, something like that.
Or you're gonna die on some invisible spikes from the screen above or something. I don't know.
It's magic. This game's mechanics don't make any sense. Programming is pretty much just completely randomized.
So
they ran some kind of algorithm until it generated a Mega Man game finally.
Here's the important thing, to have the beams left, because if you don't have the beams here and you go for the Sipping Wily 2, you only have okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
That's good for Dexter. He picked up those extra beam on Wily 2 Wily 2 there.
Definitely a good idea. What about the second zip? I haven't seen. Okay, good. Yeah, fortunately for those screen wraps there, Even though it's a certain pixel, you've got the timing in it on it's not too bad. I guess there's a couple of frames where it still puts it on that pixel, so it's a little easier than the previous ones. But still, if you miss it, you have to go through that whole water section. And here we have block.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting he got the last one. So how that works, the dupes to duplicate the blocks there is you have to press the last frame, the last piece of the block leaves the screen. You have to press exactly that frame and then you duplicate the block, and you can throw another one. So those were 3 frame perfect tricks right there.
Yep, only 4 blocks and there's 7 bubbles, so that was really cool. You got to make sure you have a good TV for that. Alright, we got a couple more uses of the magnet beam. There's a nice refill up here, but it's really important that Dexter is able to pull off some of these next zips. You don't need the magnet beam for this last one, but it certainly helps. As we're able to skip all 4 of these boss refights here in Bomb Man stage, there's just something really strange about this ceiling here, and if there's while a bomb is exploding, if there's another weapon on the screen, if you just start mashing the select button, or is it the start button? One of the buttons. You just keep taking damage and going upward, and it triggers this screen transition and puts you inside the wall, and then you just kind of zip out of bounds several screens away and then die, and then it thinks that you've passed the checkpoint past all the bosses. So you just respawn right before Wily. So this is a pretty good pace so far. He's doing pretty well. No extra deaths or anything. Just going to use Fireman's weapon to take out Wily Machine. It's pretty much unavoidable to take damage against this last form of it, but I'm just going to try and get as many free hits as I can.
Time! The spoilers, man, the spoilers.
Spoilers.
It was time.
Spoilers, he beats the game.
2020.
I said 2029, so I wouldn't.
That was pretty close, man.
Pretty close.
Nice.
It is, absolutely.
GG.
That's right, 2020. We can see clear now.
That is a good time. It's like 13 seconds from my PB, and I've been playing this game, so it's a really good time.
Yeah. It's especially good for a live performance.
I used to say, like, like everything under 21 minutes is really good in like a marathon setting.
So yeah, check out this link that Joka dropped here in chat. It's linked to the Mega Man leaderboards. This is the community leaderboards for pretty much every game in the Mega Man franchise. And there's lots of times on there. And, if you want to pick up Mega Man, submit your times here. And you can see all the other runners. And there's videos linked for, I think, most of them. And it's still pretty active. A lot of people are still working on Mega Man games and submitting.
Yeah, there's a huge community who is all too welcome to have you. So even if you are going in real cold, you can get plenty of help.
Okay, I actually think we're gonna have an interview here with the winner of the one-man race here. So
All right.
it's coming right here for you guys.
Hello, guys.
Hello, Dexter. The competition was fierce, but you came out on top. How do you feel, Dexter?
Can't be more happier than that, I think. Getting the gold medal.
Also, we have the silver and bronze lying around. You can have that too.
All right.
That was a good run. How do you feel about it?
I was not satisfied at all, actually. I missed a couple of tech in there.
Yeah, I heard you swearing at the beginning of Wily 1, not getting that zip into past the fire beams.
Yeah. And Iceman, of course, because that one was really good. But we got the ass grab.
Got the ass grab. We were excited for that one.
Yeah, chat loved that.
Yeah.
The only grab that matters.
Yeah, exactly. No, but 2020.